and they will be jumping to help open our show, and one of them will be bringing in a very, very big American flag as we prepare for what is actually kind of a traditional air show opening. That CH-47 Chinook is supporting a lot of weight on those rotors, those rotary wings. Look at how they are coned, or in other words, the ends of the outside of the rotors tend to bend upwards as they support the weight of the helicopter. That is called coning. Now watch when they touch down, you'll see them flatten out significantly as the pilot goes into a hover and touches down on the landing gear ever so gently, and the rotors just flatten right out. Did you see that? That is called coning, when they bend up, when those rotary wings are supporting the entire weight of the helicopter. The Chinook has been around for a long time, and depending on the model, it has a couple of different turbo shaft engines, jet engines that turn the transmission to turn those rotors, that allow it to reach about 175 miles an hour and really come in with the ability to carry pretty much its own weight. Depending on the model, again, it could weigh empty about 26,000 pounds and can get up to 53,000 plus pounds as it can lift incredible loads. Now watch them as the pilot will reach to his or her left hip and pull up on what is called the collective, and that will change the angle of the blades or the pitch of the blades, and then you'll see the rotors cone upward. Right now they're making sure that all of the pararescue jumpers who have just boarded the helicopter are strapped in and ready to go. See it? Can you see it cone? Very, very cool. I had one of the crew members, give him a wave, everybody. One of the crew chiefs is sitting out there on the back of the cargo door. Pretty cool. We'll be getting our show started here in about 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so. Looking forward to a huge show here at McMinnville and the 2022 Oregon International Airshow. The pararescue jumpers from the Air Force Reserve that many of you saw take off in that CH-47 Chinook helicopter just a few minutes ago. They are climbing right now to 5,500 feet, and as they do, miles per hour is already dispatching 7 jumpers out of that helicopter. You can see them as they reach terminal velocity, 120 miles per hour, before they reach back behind their right hip, pull out a little leather ball, kind of like a tennis ball, just a little smaller than that. It deploys a small parachute and then pulls the big main parachute out. Those canopies give them an inherent forward airspeed of about 22 miles per hour, and they can land on a dime. And while he was aboard that ship, he witnessed a 25-hour shelling of Baltimore's Fort McHenry, when some 1,500 cannonballs, rockets, and shells were fired on that fort. That attorney thought the British would overcome the fort and it would fall to the British. But the next morning, he didn't see a white flag of surrender. Instead, he saw a huge 32-foot by 40-foot American flag flying above the fort, indicating an American victory. That attorney was also an amateur poet, and he was inspired to write a poem that was called The Defense of Fort McHenry. His name was Francis Scott Key, and the first stanza of which became our national anthem. The Ladies for Liberty. Thank you, ladies, very much. Now watch as that flag comes in. We also want to say a huge thank you to the men who are riding on the motorcycles at Show Center with their flags proudly displayed, the American Legion Riders. Let's give them a big round of applause. The flag comes down. They'll go out to catch it very, very quickly.